Howdy. Today I have an Optimus Prime figure review. He is a non-transforming Transformer figure. I've had him for several years. I do not remember what line he came from. I do not have the packaging anymore because I lost it a couple of years ago. And I also really wasn't collecting at the time, so I didn't care about boxes. So this is a non-transforming Optimus Prime figure. No box to speak of, so, we're going to skip right over that. And start off with hands that he comes with. I don't know if this is every hand he had, but these are the only ones I have. So he includes a right hand pointing hand, which looks great. It's blue and sculpted very, very nicely. I don't know if you can see it, but the palm looks good. The fingers are well done. He comes with 2 splayed open hands. They look great too. Didn't mean to drop that one, but they all look fantastic. And the only other hand I could find is a fist for his left side. I might have the right one around here somewhere, I'm not sure, but I'm going to look for it later. But, he has a fist hand as well for his left. And you can see he has his Energon axe and his ion blaster in his hands with a trigger finger hand on. And he holds his gun pretty good. The axe is simply pegged into the wrist slot, so very tight connection. But it does have a rotation as well, so it can move if you extend it just a little bit. But pulling that out, it's a very long peg that just plugs into his arm. I'm going to put on his fist. Jesus, that's tight. There we go. So got his fist on, his ion blaster in his hand. The paint and sculpt is pretty good. The aesthetic is nice. I love G1 Optimus. Visually, he looks perfect, as far as I can tell. There's not a lot to talk about with him, in my opinion. He's pretty simple. The aesthetic is good, is what I'm trying to get at. The aesthetic is really nice. It looks good. Very, very good looking Optimus Prime. That didn't help. The articulation's pretty limited. No transformation, of course, because that's not the intention of this guy. I'm going to take his gun out for just a minute. Well, I'm going to keep it out, but still. Just remove his rifle from his hand. There we go. And aesthetically, he's fantastic. I like how he looks. Now, this figure is a few years old and has a couple of issues because of the age and how much I've messed with it. So the thigh is... the thigh was loose, but I fixed it with some joint glue, so it's pretty tight now. The ankles have an issue where they're not very useful at all. So, getting onto articulation, going from the head down, his head can rotate, of course, side to side, has a little bit of a rock to it. He can look up that far and not down at all. The arms can go straight out. He has a bicep rotation. His elbow can bend 90 degrees, and his hand can rotate inside of his arm. I thought it had a butterfly joint, I don't know why. But both arms are the same, of course. You can open up his titty windows and remove the matrix of leadership. I'm going to leave it in there, but you can take it out. You just close those back in. His waist can rotate. No arcing whatsoever. Just a rotation. The thighs can go out that far. The thighs can rotate. And his knees can bend pretty much straight back. The ankles are pretty limited. They can be extended a little bit, and you can get the foot to kick back that far and forward just a little bit. And it does technically have a rock, but it's pretty much useless because of the shroud covering each side of his foot. So just put that back up there, and it works. I mean, he's okay. He's a pretty good Optimus figure for what he is. He's the only Transformer I have, really. Because I'm not really too interested in collecting more, because I don't think most of them look that great. I would love a Masterpiece Optimus Prime, but I'm not paying $400 for that. But, you know, he's pretty alright. I generally like this Optimus figure. I've had him for several years, and I've always liked him. He's pretty good. 6 out of 10. If anyone can remind me what line he comes from in the comments, please tell me. Oh, fuck, right. his gun. And axe, right. Fuck. His rifle looks great. It's sculpted very, very nicely. Has a magazine, a grip that his finger fits into very well. This is not a good one. But his rifle looks great. The gray plastic, or the gray paint on the stock, and the rest of it's just casted in black molded plastic. The sights are good. The shape is nice, and it just looks good. I like it. His rifle's nice. And the Energon axe is a translucent orange soft plastic, so it does have some, you know, play to it. And the wrist joint is on a peg that can move. And I'm pretty sure it can rotate. No, it can't. Okay. But the Energon axe looks good. It's a soft rubber, so it's not sharp or anything. It's not going to break. And it looks pretty alright. But, you know, this Optimus Prime is pretty decent. I like him. I've had him for years. Peace out, guys.